What's up? What's up? What's up? Hello to everybody who is hanging out with me today on this Saturday in March. I can't believe it's March already. This year is going by super fast, but hey, here we are. It's March. What's up to everybody who is tuning in with me live on YouTube and on Facebook, whether you're watching live or whether you're going to be watching the replay. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, taking time out of your Saturday to hang out with me virtually through a video. I am excited to be talking with you guys today about printers. It's a super exciting subject, right? Printers. I know you guys can barely contain your excitement, but yes, we are going to be talking about printers today. And while I believe that most of you guys who are watching, whether live or on replay, already know who I am, I do want to just go ahead, introduce myself in case I've got some new people watching. My name is Kendra Lewis, and I am a notary loan signing agent in San Antonio, Texas. I've been a signing agent, guys, since 2007, full time. This is all I've been doing for the past 15 years is being a signing agent. And then a few years ago, after prompting from a lot of friends and people who were interested about becoming signing agents, I created this YouTube channel and other avenues to share information to all of you who were also interested in becoming signing agents, because obviously, guys, I love it. I've been doing it for 15 years, so I obviously like it a lot. And I know that there's a lot of other people who have been interested in it as well. So I use these avenues, guys, to get information out to each and every one of you who are interested in learning what it takes to become a successful signing agent. So starting at the beginning of 2020, I started doing live videos once a month. So this is my third live video in 2022. And in this video, we are going to be talking about the best printers for signing agents updated for 2022. But before I get into that, guys, again, whether you are watching live or whether you are watching on the replay, please do me a favor. Go ahead, hit that like button. That tells me and that tells the analytics that you like these types of videos so that I can continue putting out helpful content like this for you each and every month. And then make sure that you hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, guys. Y'all know, especially if you've already been watching me, I come out with tons of content for you guys all of the time. I know you don't want to miss it. I know you definitely don't want to miss the live streams that I have. So the only way to make sure that you don't miss those is to hit that subscribe button and then hit the notification bell. That way you'll get notifications every time I have a new video coming out. So guys, I'm always interested in you guys, who's watching, where you're from, what brought you to the video. So do me a favor, down in the chat, you can say, hey, hi, what's up? But then do me a favor, also let me know what city and state you are watching from. Do me a favor, also let me know whether you are an aspiring signing agent. So you haven't done any loan signing yet. You're just kind of checking out this whole signing agent thing to see if it's something that you would be interested in. Let me know if you are a new signing agent. You got less than a year of signing agent experience under your belt. Or let me know if you are a veteran signing agent. You've been doing this thing for more than a year, but you just wanted to check in and see what I was talking about. Go ahead, let me know down in the comment section. And you know what? Also, let me know what the weather is like where you guys are at. I'm in Texas, San Antonio, Texas. I don't know what weather is like where you guys are, but the weather here is crazy. It'll be 80 degrees one day. I want to say it was 80 just a few days ago, and now we're in the 50s, and it's going to be back up in the 80s again in a few days. So let me know what the weather is like. Let me see who we've got up in here. We've got Donna from Texas. What's up? Howdy. That's right. We're Texas folks. We've got Chandra. Hello. We've got Tiffany Ellis. What's up, girl? We've got Nakia Mills. Hello to you as well. Tara Mitchell in Jacksonville. I've got family in Jacksonville, Florida. That is awesome. We've got Dorica from Virginia. We've got Izzy from New York. Tara wanted to let us know that she's an aspiring signing agent. She's in the Signing Agent Advanced Training Program now. Awesome. I'm excited to have you in the training program. We've got Tracy from Waco. She's a newbie. Jessica from Arlington. She's a newbie. We've got Lisa from Tampa, but she's going to be heading to Texas. You know, something about Texas. Everybody loves Texas. We've got Leash from Fort Washington, Maryland, an aspiring signing agent. Guys, tons of y'all are on. Keep telling me who you are, where you're from. What we got going? Weather, snow in Northern Virginia. Yeah, I'm a Southern girl. I like snow for vacations. I don't like living where that's snow, but that's awesome. What else we got going on? We've got Jackie. It's been storming where Tara is. Snowing in New York. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine having to go out and do loan signings in the snow. You guys are my hero. You guys are awesome. I don't know how to deal with snow. Like I said, I'm from the South. We've got windy and rain. We've got all kinds of stuff going on. So guys, again, whether you are watching live or whether you are watching on the replay, again, keep telling me who you are and where you are from. All right, let's see. And then guys, as a reminder, I am going to have a Q&A session, a question and answer session at the end of this video. So I probably won't address a whole lot of questions while I'm going through. It's just easier for me. I don't want to miss any questions. I mean, you can certainly ask them, but I may miss it if you ask before the end of the video. And I'm going to try really hard, guys, to stay on the subject of this video, which we're going to be talking about printers. So try to keep your questions on the subject about printers. And then just so you know, I may not be able to answer all of the questions on the video, but no worries. I'm going to go back over the next couple of days. If I miss your question or if you are watching this on the replay, go ahead and ask your question and I will answer your questions as soon as possible, even if I don't answer them here on the live. And then guys, I also want to let you know that there is a link for my free new signing agent checklist. It's either going to be in the description box of this video or it's going to be in the comments. I would have put it as a link in the comments of this video, but especially for you guys who are aspiring signing agents or even some of you who are new, depending on how new you are, I would suggest downloading that checklist because that's one of the things I hear from people all of the time. All right, I've done this. What's next? I've done this. What's next? I've already got a checklist for you guys so you can check off different things that you need to make sure that you are all set for signing agent success. All right. So now we're going to start talking about printers. And I know for some of you who are new signing agents and definitely aspiring signing agents, your very first question is probably going to be, why the heck do you even need a printer at all? So the job of a mobile loan signing agent often includes printing out the document packages that will need to be signed and notarized. And for those of you who are new or aspiring who don't know, those loan packages are usually pretty large. It's not just 1 or 2 pages. The average loan package is usually around about 150 pages. And then generally you will have to print 2 copies. So you're going to be printing hundreds of pages at a time. And also for those of you who are new or aspiring signing agents, while it may be nice to think that we're going to receive these documents days ahead of time, that usually isn't the case. We usually get documents sometime within 24 hours before the signing, but it could literally be just hours beforehand. So you definitely need to have your own printer so that you can print these documents out. So then the next question that's usually asked is, okay, I need a printer. So which printer should I buy? And then here's the $1,000,000 question. Which printer is the best? I hear that question all the time. I even titled this video The Best Printer for Signing Agents. But guys, guess what? There is no one single best printer. And I know sometimes people get frustrated when I say that, but honestly, the fact that there is no one single best printer is actually a good thing. And that means you don't have to look for any one particular brand or one particular model or any of that good stuff. It really boils down to a few different things. Once you have the basics that you need in a printer, which I'm going to go over with you in just a second. After that, it really boils down to just a few different things. The first just being personal preference. What do you like? I used to work at a mortgage company before I became a signing agent, and that mortgage company ended up using HP printers. So I've always just had a personal preference for HP printers, not necessarily because they're better than any other printer, but it's just because that was the printer that I was used to using. So personal preference. Budget. That's also going to be another big one. What is your budget when you are looking to purchase a printer? What's available at the time? So, this is something that's become really big in the past couple of years. As you guys know, there's been lots of supply issues, not just with printers, but with all kinds of things across the board. And printers is one of those items that have really been hit by supply issues. So, it would really be bad if there was this one printer that was perfect for signing agents, but because of supply, it wasn't available. Well, again, since there is no one best printer, if one particular brand of printer is not available, that's okay. You can absolutely be successful with another printer. And then always, guys, do your research to find what works best for you. Again, personal preference. There's certain things that I like, and there's certain things that I don't feel like I need. So I select printers or I select different things based off of my wants and needs, which may be different from yours. And again, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. You can select the best printer for you. But I do want to tell you, there are going to be some features that you will absolutely need. And the first, most important feature, this one you gotta have, no way around it, guys. You must use a laser printer. Now, I know a lot of people have inkjet printers already. Inkjet printers are really popular for casual use, for home use, that kind of thing. And so a lot of people have inkjet printers, but you cannot use an inkjet printer as a signing agent. And some people are like, well, I've got one. Maybe I can just use it for the first one or two signings. But here's the deal, guys. Being a signing agent is running a business. And so you really, 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 as a business owner, need to do things right from the very beginning. Be a responsible business owner and do things right from the very beginning. So you're probably saying, well, okay, well, why can't I use my inkjet printer, Kendra? Why are you being so picky? Why does it have to be a laser printer? So let me tell you, laser printers, one, are faster. Again, I'm telling you guys, you are going to be printing out hundreds of pages. I don't know if any of you have ever tried to print out hundreds of pages from an inkjet printer, but it takes forever. You simply will not have time to use an inkjet printer to print out large loan packages. The next reason is honestly probably the biggest one business wise and for the life of these documents. But inkjet printer ink is water based, and that means it's susceptible to water damage and fading. Guys, these documents have to last for the long term. After they've been signed, they get stored places, but the businesses that are wanting these documents to be signed want to know that the ink that's on these documents is not going to fade, it's not going to run if it gets wet, and all of those things will happen if you use an inkjet printer. Everything may look perfect when you're done with the signing and you put it in the FedEx package, but what happens if the package gets wet because it's raining, in the location where it's going to be dropped off? Everything in that package, the ink is going to run, it's going to be totally damaged. So the biggest thing is that the ink and inkjet printers is water-based, it can fade, it can run, whereas the toner that's used in laser printers is not susceptible to that. The other important thing is that laser printers handle sharp black text and they handle small fonts and lines better than inkjet printers. Again, the documents that we're going to be printing out is basically a bunch of little words on the pages. And so those little words, those little letters must be sharp and readable. And that's what you get from laser printers that you don't get from inkjet printers. And then laser toner cartridges, even though they're more expensive, because you may be looking at it like, well, I can get an inkjet cartridge for $20, but this toner cartridge is going to cost me $100. Well, while it may be more expensive initially, your toner cartridges are going to print more sheets than those inkjet cartridges are, and you're going to end up saving money in the long run. So that's the reason, guys, why you need to use a laser printer versus an inkjet printer. So now, the next things that you're going to want to think about when you are looking at purchasing your laser printer is whether or not you are going to get a dual tray printer or a single tray printer. All right, so again, you're like, what the heck is the difference? Well, a dual tray printer, as you can see in the picture on the left, has two separate paper trays that can hold different size paper. Now, as you're printing out loan packages, some of them may be all letter size paper. That's the 8.5 by 11-inch paper that we're used to looking at. But some of the documents may be on legal size paper. That's 8.5 by 14-inch long paper, that long paper that you see sometimes. So some of the documents will be letter, some of the documents will be legal, and then it can be a mixture of those things in the package. 5 pages can be letter, then 1 page will be legal, and then it'll be the next 20 pages are letter. So when you have a dual tray printer, it's just a lot faster and easier to print out those two different sizes of paper. Now, you can still be successful with a single tray printer. There is still ways to print out documents properly with a single tray printer that only holds one tray, one size of paper at a time. So again, guys, this is where budget comes in, and this is where personal preference comes in. A dual tray printer is preferable, but if it's not in your budget right now, that's okay. You can certainly use a single tray printer because, yes, look, you can be successful with the single tray printer. And I actually have an entire video, guys, already here on YouTube where I talk about the fact that, yes, you can be successful with a single tray printer. So for some of you guys who may have been stressing out thinking, oh my gosh, I was told I have to have a dual tray printer and I can't find one or I can't afford one. Can I still do this with a single tray printer? Yes, you absolutely can. Now, what will help you to be successful with a single tray printer is to have software that can help you separate out those two separate sizes of paper that I told you about, the letter size paper and the legal size paper. And I know people are going to say, well, there's things that are free online that I can use to do that. But guys, here is the deal. Anything that's online, especially if it's free online, is simply not secure. You have to remember, guys, as signing agents, the loan documents that are in our possession, we are charged to keep that information in those loan documents safe. It has people's very personal information in it, things that can be used to literally steal people's identities, their social security numbers, their dates of birth, work history, credit history. All kinds of stuff is in there. And it is our responsibility to keep that information safe and secure and in our possession at all time. So all of those free online page separator software programs, guys, you're just basically handing access of those loan documents to whoever owns those websites. It's literally like you picking a stranger off the street and handing them the signer's loan package, guys. It's unsafe. It's unprofessional. It's unethical. You totally should not do that. And again, even if the creators or the owners of that free online software are totally on the up and up, you have to remember, guys, that any information that you put online, especially if you're using a Wi-Fi connection, can be hacked. And we always want to do everything that we can to keep our signers' information safe. So if you do need to use a single tray printer, which is totally fine, I personally suggest that you download your own page separator software to your computer versus using any of those free online methods. Now, there's different types of page separator software that you can use. I personally recommend Page Separator. That's the name of the software. There's a link in the description box in the video. There's also a link in the comments, guys. You can get it for as low as 50 bucks. It's a one-time charge and you can use it on your computer for all of your documents. And again, guys, the biggest thing is it makes sure that you are keeping the signer's information safe and that you are running your business, because again, being a signing agent is a business, guys. You are running your business in a way that protects your client's information. So again, click that link if you're interested. You will get more information about that. All right, so then the next thing that you will need to decide when you are looking at purchasing a printer is, do you want an all-in-one printer or do you want a separate printer and scanner? Now, again, this is going to be personal preference, and it's also going to depend on whether or not you're able to find a particular printer at a great price. Now, my personal preference, because I have had all-in-one printers before, my personal preference is a separate printer and mobile scanner. I like having a mobile scanner that I can take with me out on my signings to do scan backs immediately, either from the table or just a few minutes later. So I like to have a separate printer and mobile scanner. But again, there's nothing wrong with having an all-in-one printer. And that just means that there's a scanner built into the printer as well that you can use to do scan backs with. So it is less expensive to get an all-in-one printer. In general, you are going to spend more to get a separate printer and scanner. So again, here's one of these things where it's going to depend on you. It's going to depend on your budget. It's going to depend on what you are able to find. And again, if you're able to find a great all-in-one printer at a great price, get it. Don't pass up a good printer thinking, well, Kendra said to get a separate scanner and printer. Hey, if you're able to get a good one at a good price, go ahead and get that all in one. But again, it totally depends on you, what you're able to find, and what is going to work best for your business. Now, some other features that I want to talk about that you may see available. You do not need a color printer to be a signing agent. There's nothing wrong with having a color laser printer, but you do not need a color laser printer. Again, I've been doing loan signings, guys, for over 15 years. I've literally done thousands, probably tens of thousands of loan signings. Not once have I ever been asked to print anything in color. You do not need a color laser printer. Again, can you get one? Absolutely. But just know that you do not need it. A monochrome or a black and white laser printer is all you need to be a signing agent. And some things that you'll want to keep in mind. So let's say you're shopping and you're looking at specs for different printers. Some of the things that you're going to want to keep in mind are the page per minute print speed. What does that mean? How many pages can it print out in a minute? Obviously, guys, we're printing out tons and tons of documents. The faster your printer is able to print, the more efficient it is going to be. So that's something that you'll want to take a look at while you're shopping and comparing which printer you want to get. The next thing, and actually, I really should have put this first. It should have been the first thing. But the next thing you're going to want to check out is the cost for toner for your laser printer. Now, laser printers, depending on whether or not you get a single tray or a dual tray, are going to run anywhere from $150 to $500, $600, $700, $800. That's a nice little chunk of money. But trust me, you're going to spend more on toner in the long run than you are going to spend for your printer. So make sure before you purchase a printer that you do a little bit of shopping, that you do a little bit of Googling to find out how much does toner cost for this particular printer. Doesn't really do you a whole lot of good to get a very inexpensive printer, but then toner costs a ton. And then the next thing you'll really kind of want to think about or decide is, do you want to use manufacturer branded toner or generic toner? So now here's the thing, guys. If you go into a Facebook group and if you ask people, should I use manufacturer toner or should I use generic toner, you're probably going to get a 50-50 split. Half the people are going to say, I love generic toner. It works awesome. It's a lot cheaper than manufacturer brand toner. That's all I use. Half the people are going to say, I only use manufacturer brand toner. I know it costs more, but generic toners will totally tear up your printers. Guys, it's really going to be preference and trial and error. Now, I will say, in my experience, I found that some of the older printers, and I'm going to be talking to you about whether or not you should buy an older printer or a new printer here in just a second, but I found that some of the older printers, generic toner tends to work better in some of the older printers. And some of the newer model printers, the printer manufacturers are getting smart because they want you to buy their expensive toner. So they're getting smart and they're making it more difficult to use generic brand toner in their printers. So you'll just have to do a little research, guys. You'll have to look at reviews. You'll have to look at reviews for the printers. You'll also have to look at reviews for the toner, whether it's manufacturer's brand toner or generic brand toner, and just see what people's experiences are and then make your decision from there. I'll tell you guys what printer, scanner, whether I use generic or not in a little bit. But again, that's just my personal experience with my personal printer, and it may or may not work well for you. And then the other thing you'll want to look at when it comes to printers is whether or not you can connect via Wi-Fi. So again, I'll say most of the newer printers you can connect using Wi-Fi. Is it a cool feature? Absolutely. Is it a feature that's absolutely necessary? No, it's not. None of my printers have Wi-Fi. I plug them in with a cord just like normal. So it's a great feature to have. If it's a feature that your printer comes with, awesome. But again, if your printer does not come with Wi-Fi, it is not the end of the world. So then, where the heck should you be looking to purchase a printer. And I want to say again, guys, a printer does not have to be brand new from one of the big box stores to be a good printer. I would suggest doing a Google search. So any of you guys who, do a Google search, you could literally just put in laser printer or dual tray laser printer. And then in Google, you have the shopping option. So then you can click shopping and tons of different printers from tons of different stores are going to come up. Some online stores that maybe you hadn't been thinking about before, like Newegg is one of the companies that sells a lot of computer products and printer products, that kind of thing. You can obviously always check with the printer manufacturers, Brother, Canon, HP. You can check their websites. The other normal stores like Best Buy, Walmart, Office Depot. For you Amazon addicts like me, you can also check Amazon. Again, guys, this is your business. So you're going to have to do some research to not only just find a printer, but also find a printer at a great price for you. But it doesn't have to be brand new. I really suggest, guys, checking places like eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and OfferUp for a used or refurbished laser printer. You can usually get a very good deal on them. So definitely check those avenues as well. Don't discount a printer just because it's not brand new. You can get a great used printer. Now, I will say if you're using something like OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace, and maybe you're picking the printer up locally from the individual, I would ask and see if there's a way that they can just plug it in just so you can see that it is in working order before you purchase it. Usually the ones that you're going to find on eBay are usually remanufactured by different companies who are offering those. And those companies do sometimes offer warranties on the printers. But again, guys, you just have to be a smart shopper. You just have to be a savvy shopper. Look around different places, because I do know right now, guys, again, the past couple of years, supply and demand has really hit some different areas hard, and printers is one of those areas. So it is hard to find a brand new laser printer at a decent price right now, just because of those supply and demand issues. If you go back and look at my original video that I did on printers, beginning of 2020, and I list some links and that kind of stuff and prices, people are like, oh my gosh, you can't even find that printer anymore. Or if you do find it, it's hundreds of dollars higher. And I'm sorry, that sucks. But again, it's just supply and demand, guys, with everything that is going on. So again, do not discount finding a printer on eBay, OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace. A used printer will work just fine for you guys. Awesome. So I did see a few questions, and then if you guys have specific questions that you want to ask, go ahead and put them in here. I'm going to scroll up a little bit in the comments and see if there were any questions. So Shannon asked if I have a suggestion for mobile printers. So I actually did a video, Shannon, on mobile print, or excuse me, you said mobile printers. So I personally am not a mobile printer fan. I've never put a mobile printer in my car. Pretty much, any printer will work as long as it will fit in your car. Single tray printers are usually easier to get them to fit in your car than dual tray printers. But again, it depends on the type of vehicle that you have. If you're in a car and not an SUV or a minivan, you're definitely going to end up using a single tray printer. If you've got a larger vehicle, SUV, minivan, that kind of thing, then you can fit a dual tray printer. But other than that, I don't have any specifics. I mean, you don't need a printer that is quote unquote a mobile printer. Just stick a printer in your car. It's now a mobile printer, but you will need some special power requirements. In general, none of these printers is going to work by just being plugged into your vehicle cigarette lighter. And that's part of the reason why I've never been a fan of mobile printers, because I'm just not big on making those kinds of adjustments to my vehicle. I have on occasion just carried my single tray printer with me and then just brought it out and, plugged it in at the signer's home or at Starbucks or whatever to print. So that's what's up with mobile printers, but basically any printer can be a mobile printer. And then somebody wants to know exactly which printer and scanner I personally use. So people ask me this all the time. Here's the deal, guys. You're not going to be able to find my printer. It is a very old HP LaserJet. I'm trying to read it. 2055DN. I actually purchased this printer used probably almost 8 or 9 years ago from off of eBay. It was used when I got it, so it was already an older printer when I purchased it. But I bought it used and it's been working great. I have had to take it in to get some service done on it, but it's been working well. But again, you're not going to be able to find it. It's so old. They stopped making it years ago. But I basically use an HP dual tray laser printer. And I think I saw somebody else in the chat say that they are a fan of HP. Again, I like HP printers. And one of the things that I like better about HP than Brother is the toner and the drum are all one piece in most HP printers, where with a lot of Brother printers, the toner and the drum are two separate pieces. And what that means is, you can run out of toner and then you have to replace the toner in your Brother printer. And then it seems like, a few days later, then the drum is going out and then you have to replace the drum. There's just too much that I feel like I have to replace with Brother printers. Whereas with HP printers, it's all one piece. And then mobile scanner, it is a Brother mobile scanner. I don't know the exact letters on it. It's over on the other side of my computer, so I can't see it right now. But if you watch my video about mobile scanners, I give a review on the actual mobile scanner that I use. I tell you the brand. I want to say ADW 1700 maybe, but it's a Brother mobile scanner. But check out my mobile scanner video. And once this live is over, I will link it in the description box for you guys so that you can check that out. Let's see. What printer do I recommend with MacBook Pro? So again, I don't recommend any particular printer. I will say this. I have heard, because I am team Windows and I am team Android. So you Apple and MacBook people, I usually can't help you out a whole lot. But I have heard that Brother printers and Apple products, MacBook products, don't play well together. I've heard that there's workarounds. And actually in my Signing Agent Basics Facebook group, I do have a post where people have put in suggestions about how to get Brother printers and MacBooks to play well together. But I have heard that Brother printers and Mac computers don't play well together. So I would suggest with that information that you use anything other than Brother. But again, people do use Brother printers with their MacBooks. Just be aware that it may take you, a little bit more time to get it set up properly. And then I was asked, how many printers do I have on hand? So I currently have 2 printers on hand. There was a point where I had 3 printers on hand. So I actually started off with a Brother single tray printer, which I still have. And that's how I know that you can be successful with a single tray printer, because I have absolutely been successful with a single tray printer. But then, like I said, it's really better to have a dual tray printer. It just makes your life a lot easier when you have a dual tray printer. So I ran my business for a little while using my single tray printer. And then I actually purchased a Canon all-in-one dual tray printer. This thing was huge because, again, guys, this was like 13 years ago. So this printer was ginormous, but it had a scanner and it had 2 separate trays for my legal and letter size paper. But then having that all in one is what later made me realize, I don't like having the scanner here when I really need to do scan backs, while I'm out and about. So I used that Canon printer though for many, many years, until it started having some issues. And I honestly could have taken it and gotten it fixed. But at that point, I was like, you know what? I really do want a separate printer and scanner. So that's when I went ahead and purchased the dual tray HP laser printer that I have. And then I also got the separate mobile scanner. So I actually got rid of the Canon scanner at that point. So now I have my HP dual tray laser printer and I have my Brother single tray laser printer. And like I said, I do occasionally bring my Brother single tray printer with me if I feel like I'm going to have some emergency printing need. So right now, 2, but I have had 3 printers at a time. And let's see, Robin said, there is definitely a dual tray printer shortage. There is, guys. There really, really is. It sucks. I know, like I said, there's a lot of shortages in a lot of things right now, just with all the things that are going on in the world. But like I said, that's why I really suggest OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, and eBay. And also the thing I like about those is, I don't know if you've ever searched for anything on OfferUp or on Facebook Marketplace, but once you search for it, it sends you alerts when new products come on the market. So like I said, do not be afraid of getting a used printer. Again, if you're buying it from an individual, if there's any way possible for them to try it out for you so that you can see that it works, do that. If you're getting it from a company that has maybe refurbished it, I would definitely suggest getting an extended warranty on it. I personally use squaretrade.com for my extended warranties. And again, I'll put that link down in the description box. So if it's a company like that where you could get an extended warranty on it, definitely look at getting the extended warranty just in case something happens. But for the most part, printers are usually pretty reliable. And then Honey asked, was I not able to add an additional tray to the Brother printer? So that is something great to point out. So at the time, I didn't even realize that some of these printers you could add an additional tray to. So Honey, thank you so much for pointing that out. That's another thing that you guys can look at. If you buy a single tray printer, look and see if you are able to later purchase the second tray to go with it. So that may be a great way. If your funds are limited in the beginning, get the single tray. And then if it has that capability for you to add the second tray, then you can just add the second tray later. And then Sharice asked, how are you able to print legal paper and letter paper from a single tray? So even though it is a single tray printer, that tray adjusts to hold different size paper. So you may need to read the instruction manual for your computer to see how to do that adjustment. But it may adjust, and most of them do adjust to hold both sizes of paper. The other thing that you can do with a lot of single tray printers is some of them have like an additional feed slot that holds like 5 pieces of paper. It usually doesn't hold a lot, but it will hold some. And you can almost use your single tray printer as a double tray printer using that little additional feed slot kind of as a second tray. Again, it's not as efficient as an actual dual tray printer, but it is a way that you can print the 2 different size documents. And then, like I said, definitely get page separator software. So I didn't know about page separator software when I was using my single tray printer. So I was literally writing down, okay, pages 1 through 5 letter, pages 6 through 8 legal. I was doing it that way, the hard way. And, printing out all of my letter size stuff and then printing out all of my legal size stuff. And it works, guys. It did work. But again, using the page separator software is just going to be a lot more efficient for you. And again, guys, free online page separator software is just not secure. Please run your businesses right from the beginning. Make the investment in yourself and in your business to get page separator software to keep your clients' information secure. So Jared asked, well, why can't we just use legal paper? So a couple of reasons. One, Some companies don't want their stuff on legal paper. Some counties will not allow the deeds of trust to be printed on legal size paper. And again, guys, we're contractors. We are hired to complete a job. We have to complete the job the way the people who hired us want it completed, whether it always makes sense to us or not. If they hire us to print things on legal and letter size paper, you can't just say, well, I don't want to do that. I'm going to print it on all legal. And then they're going to say, well, guess what? I don't feel like paying you all the money you were supposed to get paid. It's a job. We have to follow the instructions of the people that hired us. And then also, like I said, some counties and for other reasons, they will not accept legal size paper. And the other thing is legal size paper is a lot more expensive than letter size paper. So I actually get really upset when a company scans everything in on letter size paper, but then they say they want it printed out on legal size paper. I'm like, okay, this is driving me crazy. You want me to spend more money because legal size paper is more expensive. So I don't like printing everything out on legal size paper because it basically cuts into my profits. But follow the instructions, do what the people who hired you told you to do. Because again, guys, that's one of the things that's going to make you a good signing agent. If you can't follow instructions, you're not going to get as much business. What is the minimum page per minute recommended? I don't have a minimum that I recommend. Again, do your research, compare the different. I use that kind of as a, if I have two printers that I'm looking at and I like them both, then, okay, well, let me go in and see page per minute speed. And if one is substantially faster than the other, then hey, there's my decision that's being made. But most laser printers, that minimum speed is going to be about the same for all of them. Honestly, guys, most of these laser printers are about the same, which is part of the reason why, you don't have to have one particular brand or one particular model. So again, I just use page per minute when I am comparing printers to, just look at features and say which printer has the better features. And then Stephanie, you're looking to become a notary, but you're overwhelmed. Do you do the NNA first, your state exam first? Where does my course come in? Stephanie, I got you. Check out the free signing agent checklist that I have linked in the description box of this video and also in the comments of this video. I tell you the step-by-step of what you need. Also, you can check out my How to Become a Signing Agent video for 2022. I did it just last month. It is here on my YouTube channel. Check that video out as well. I do suggest to people, though, that you get your signing agent training before you do the NNA signing agent certification exam, and even necessarily before you do your state exam, because you may want to take some time to go through that signing agent training. And here's the deal. Your commission has an expiration date. The NNA signing agent certification exam, it's only good for 12 months. So if you get those things first, and then you take, I don't know, a month, 2 months, 3 months to feel like you're trained and ready to go, that's a month, 2 months, 3 months that you've basically lost out on your commission and that NNA signing agent certification exam. But at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. You just need all of those things before you can actually do signings. And then on that subject, guys, just so y'all know, I do have my signing agent advanced training program for those of you who are looking at getting some more assistance in being a signing agent. So I go over the CD and settlement statement. I go over the other loan documents. I have mock closing videos because, of course, that's always a big thing for people who are new. They're like, I want to see what's going on. I want to see what happens. Well, I've got mock videos for you to look at on that. I tell you how to prep the documents and spot issues, how to get higher paying direct business. That's important. I tell you how to pass that NNA signing agent certification exam, how to handle split signings. A split signing is where you're meeting with one signer and another notary is meeting with another signer, and y'all are basically sharing the same set of documents. How does that work? I tell you, I got training on that. How to do a power of attorney signing, how to explain the VA loan documents. I just saw a question asked, what's the average charge for a refinance? Guess what? In my training, I tell you how much you should charge for different things that you'll be asked to do as a signing agent, how to improve your signing agent profile, what to put in that profile if you are a brand new signing agent and you have no experience. All of my training levels include that information. But then, guys, the exclusive and elite levels have access to the Signing Agent Basics boot camp that I just did last weekend all day. There is a recording of that. It was literally from 10:15 a.m. to about 7 p.m., where again, I gave all of those students step-by-step information. I give you unlimited help via email and Facebook. So if you are in a signing and you have a question, you can email me. I'm here to help you out no matter what. We do a monthly live group Q&A session. We're actually doing one today in just a couple of hours, where I meet with all of the exclusive and elite levels once a month to answer their questions and give them answers. And then you will have access to all of the previous Q&A recordings. So at this point, there's almost 2 years worth of Q&A recordings. So we're talking, guys, over an additional 24 hours of recorded training. So if any of you guys are interested in that, again, there's links in the comments or in the description box. Click on it, check it out. It will answer those questions. And then let's see, does my training provide the NNA and state exam preparation? So again, it does include how to pass the NNA signing agent certification exam. Yes. Now, do I give you individual state notary law training? No, because I live in Texas. I don't know every single state's notary law. I do go over the basics of notary law because some things are going to be basic in all states. I tell you the things that you need to look up and specifically know how to handle in your state notary law. And I do also teach you in general how to fill out notary certificates, specifically the notary certificates that you are going to see in an average loan package. But unfortunately, no, I don't have individual notary training for each state. But as far as loan documents are concerned, this training is good for signing agents in all states because in general, the majority of the documents that you're going to see is going to be the same in just about every state. And again, if you are an exclusive or elite level student, if there is something state specific that you need assistance with, just shoot me an email. I am here to help those students out. Awesome. I'm going to scroll back through, see if I missed any questions. If you guys have any other questions, now is the time. Put them in there. But yes, guys, there is going to be the replay available. Literally, this replay is going to be available here, guys, within like 10 minutes after this video is over. And even if you are watching on the replay, or if I did happen to miss your question here in the chat, go ahead, put your questions in the comments. I'm going to keep going back, guys, to make sure that I have answered everyone's questions. Awesome. All right. I don't think I see any more questions, guys. Thank you. Let's see. Do I have fashion videos? No. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Thank you for thinking that I would. I don't have any specific fashion videos. I will say this. I do have a video where I talk about what to wear as a signing agent, but in general, it just needs to be business casual. You know, you don't have to necessarily dress up in a full suit or anything like that, but just think business casual. What would you wear to, you know, an average job? Polo shirts, blouses, slacks, skirts, you know, those kinds of things. Obviously, guys, nothing sexy or provocative or any of that good stuff. One of the things I do see here living in the South, people are like, you know, open-toe shoes, are they okay? It's really going to depend on where you live. Here in the South, yeah, we wear open-toe shoes all the time because it's 5,782 degrees outside. But again, go with the culture of where you are. And then another thing I do want to say, guys, is if you are doing a signing, like a direct business signing in an office, I always tell people to dress at least at the level of the people who actually work in that office. So if you get a direct business client and everybody in that office dresses way up very professionally, then you want to match the level of attire at their location. And then let's see, which of the trainings to sign up for that includes NNA and state basics. So I honestly recommend the exclusive level for, just about everybody, because it includes all of my video training, and it also includes access to the live monthly group Q&A sessions and access to email me directly if you do have any questions. So I do recommend that for most people. My executive level, which is my basic level, it does have it has most of the information. It does not have the boot camp information. And that was what I said, just did this past weekend, which has a lot of updated information in it. The executive level also does not come with access to email me with questions, but I do have some people who started with executive and then they upgraded to exclusive, but I usually recommend the exclusive level. I think that has what most people, honestly, more information than what you are going to need to be a successful signing agent. Awesome, guys. All right. I think that is it. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope that you got some good information about which laser printers to buy as you're watching this on the replay, or maybe come back and just let us know in the chat what printer you actually bought and how it is working out for you. But guys, that's all I have for you today. Again, don't forget to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And also, if you're not already following me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok, make sure that you do that. Links to all of my socials are in the description box. Thanks again for hanging out with me, guys, and I hope that you all have a productive and profitable day.